Hello fellow Sudokans and welcome to Zen and the Art of the Guardian Sudoku puzzle for Monday the 12th of July 2021. Monday is usually beginner's day, a day that's nice and easy, so if you've never played Sudoku before, um, then you can start today, or if you're just used to playing the easy puzzles, today is a good day to begin. And for today's jazz promotion, for the next few days, I'm still promoting jazz artists. I would love to promote Misha Mullov-Abbado, who is an incredible bassist and whose music I listened to a huge amount last year. I didn't realize something that usually on my Spotify list, at the end of the year, you get like ones artists that you've played a lot of. Usually it's somebody like Steely Dan or Kurt Elling for me, usually hit the top. But this guy actually blew them out of the water. I listened to so much of his music last year, and he's still very young, and is such a his group play very well together. They fit wonderfully together, so I recommend you check out any of the links to Misha. And also he is actually back. I saw on his Facebook page that he is back playing now, started with some live gigs, so we wish him all the best. Please check them out, check his band out, check him out, and support jazz everywhere. So unfortunately, my printer has run out of laser toner, and today is the first day of a new Bangkok lockdown, which means all of the shops are shut except for food shops. And so I'm going to have to just do this on screen because I can't print it out. So what do we see and how do we play the game? Well, you'll see there are various squares across, 9 squares across, and there are 9 squares down. I can't click in the squares that have numbers. 9 squares down in a column, and there are also 9 squares within this box. Okay, and what we need to do is put numbers 1 to 9 in each of the rows. That means across like this. Columns, that means down, and each box like so. And we do this because we know that each number can appear once only. So when we see that this 4 here, I hope you can see this with my mouse, 4 down here, can't appear in this row again. So this square and this square can't be a 4. And we also have a 4 down here. So we know that 4 can't appear in this square or this square because it's in the same row. And that leaves us just one place. And so we can fill in a 4 in that location there. Now, since this is highlighted on the screen, you'll notice some other 4s up here, which will help you actually see the numbers. But if you see this 4 here, it means that 4 can't appear again in this row here, right? So there's no 4 in any of these 3 squares here. We have, a 4 down here. You can see it's highlighted in yellow, and it means it's blocking up this column. So that means the 4 can't appear here. So the 4 has got to go there, because that's the only square left, right? 4 blocking across here, 4 blocking up here, and I hope you get the idea of the game. And this is how we play the game. We look for things like that. When we see this 9 here, we know that it can't be again in this column, so no 9 allowed down here. We see this 9 here, and we know that it can't appear, 9 can't appear here. And we see this 9 here, and we know that 9 can't appear here. So we know that 9's got to go in there, like that. What else do we see? This one here blocks down, so this square and this square can't be a 1. This one here blocks across, so this square and this square can't be. So if these two and these two can't be a 1, that's the last square, so that has to be a 1. Let's take this one here and block all the way down, so this square and this square can't be a 1. And let's take this one here and block across. This is not a 1, so 1 goes in here like so. This 7 here, if you can see the 7, blocks this square and this square, so there's only one square left, so 7 has to appear here like this. The missing numbers here and here are 5 and 8, but we can't tell which is which just yet, so we won't bother. You know, usually we'll try to look, if we don't have many numbers left in a row, a column or a block, we'll try to examine them and see if we can find them. But actually we can't just yet, so we've got to wait a bit longer. What else can we do? Well, let's try thinking ahead a little bit, shall we? Do you see that this 9 here blocks across this square and this square? Alright, so we know that 9, it has to appear here or here. We don't know which square yet, but we know it's got to be one of those two. And when it does, it will block 9 from appearing again in that column. So it can't come here or here, because a 9 will definitely appear in one of these two squares. So if it can't come here or here, those two squares are out for 9. We have a 9 here blocking up here and here, and we have a 9 here blocking the rest of that row. So we know that a 9 has to fit there. We have 6 blocking down here, 6 blocking across here, and 6 blocking up here, giving us a 6 in that location there. Now this 6 blocks across here, this 6 blocks across here, and so that's the last place where 6 can exist. Now here's another way of thinking about things. Let's look at these 3 squares here, and we see that we don't yet have a 2, a 3, or a 9. We have 1 here, we don't have 2, we have 4, 5. So we're missing 2 and 3, and 9 is the other square that's missing in this block here. Alright, but look, we see a 2 blocking this square here, and a 3 blocking this square here. So if it's not 2 and it's not 3, well then it has to be 9, which is the other number. Okay, and we know that 2 and 3 go in here. This 4 blocks along here now, so no 4 in either of these two squares, and this 4 blocks up here, so no 4 here. That gives us a 4 left here. This 3 blocks along this row here, so no 3 allowed anywhere there. This 3 blocks up here, so no 3 allowed in these two squares, so that gives us a 3 there. Now, if we look at these two squares in this column and see what's missing, shall we count through? We have 1, we don't have a 2, we have 3, we have 4, we don't have a 5 yet. Okay, so there's no 5 yet. So 2 and 5 are the missing numbers in this column. But look, here we have a 5, meaning this can't be 5 because we've got a 5 here already. So that means 5 must appear here. And the last number for this column now is 2. Okay? Now if we count through here, we'll see there's only one number missing. So we got 1, we got 2, there's no 3 yet. So we know that that's got to be a 3. Now we know these two numbers, we know what these two numbers, missing numbers, have to be. Even if we can't place them, we know what they are. And there's only one other cell in this column. So what we do is we say 1, 2, 3, 4. We don't have 5, we don't have 8. So we remember 5 and 8 go here. Then we look, 1. Do we have a 2 anywhere? No, so that's got to be a 2, right? Because we know that this is not 2, this is 5 or 8. Okay, we know that this 6 blocks this square here, right? So that means that a 6 is going to appear in one of these 3 squares along the top. Got it? 6 must be somewhere in here. So that means 6 won't be in any of these 3 squares because it will block along there. When we place it, we don't know where it's going, but it's somewhere along here. It will block these 3 squares up here, right? Now this 6 here will block these 3 squares along here, and the 6 down here will block up this column, and this 6 will block up this column, and so there's only one square left. So a 6 has to go there. Let's do something similar down here. Now this 6 blocks this square. Oh, actually no, sorry, this 6 blocks along here, and this 6 blocks along here, so no 6 in these squares. That's the last place to put 6. And now if we go up the column, 6 blocking up here, 6 blocking up here, and this 6 blocking this square, we'll see that 6 goes in there. Okay, back over this side. Now, don't get hung up in one place for too long. If you don't see anything, move away and look somewhere else. Now, we'll see this 5 here. 5 blocks all the way down here. All right, no 5 in these 3 squares. And this 5 over here blocks this square. So we know 5 has got to go here. Now, let's take it up the screen. 5 blocking all the way up here. No 5 in this column. This 5 blocking up here. No 5s there. 5 from across here blocking this square, 5 here blocking this square, so 5 has got to appear there. When you see the yellow highlights like this, it's a bit easier to see how they fit individually and uniquely into their column, row and block. And then also we will notice that there's just one left, and if you look clearly you'll see there's 5 blocks here. So 5 has got to go here. Now there's only one number missing. Now it doesn't matter whether you count down this column or whether you count through this block, you will find it's the same number. It has to be. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's got to be an 8. Doesn't matter whether it's the column or the block. Now in this row here, do we have a 7 yet? There's no 7, right? But look, here we see a 7 blocking this square, this one here, right? And this 7 here means that that can't be a 7. So you see these 2 7s here. So in this row, there's only one square left. So we know that 7 has to go here. Now again, one number missing. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 7. So this is an 8. And we know it goes there. Now we see this 8 blocking both of these squares over here, but we don't have an 8 yet in this block. So we know that 8 goes there. We'll take that 8 and bring it down this column here, so no 8 allowed in either of these 2 squares. So 8's got to come here. And then this 8 blocking down here, so 8, no 8's in here. This 8 blocking down here, that's not an 8 either. Only one square left. 8's got to go here. Now let's take this one and drag it across like this, and this one drag it across like this. So I think you'll see quite clearly 8 has to go there. Look at this block here and see if you can find where the 8 goes. Look at this one here. Now look, we've got 8 from across here, blocking across here. We've got this 8 from here, blocking across here, and we've got this 8 here, blocking up here. So clearly the 8's got to go there. Now we've got one more 8 to place. It's in this block here. Can you look and see where it goes? Give you a second. Shouldn't need too long because your eyes should be following these rows and columns. You see the 8 down here blocking all the way up, 8 here blocking all the way up, 8 here blocking across, 8 here blocking across, and that's an 8. What should we do now? Look at this row. There's only one number missing, so this is what we should find. 1, 2, 3, any 4? No, so that's our missing number, and that's what we place next. There's only one more 4 to get, so if you look you'll see we have 4s in all of the blocks except this block here, And if there's only one block that doesn't yet have a digit, it means we can always place it. So look and see where it goes. And I think you'll see we have this 4 blocking across here, and this 4 blocking across here. There's also intersecting ups and downs, but we don't need them even, because we know that 4 goes here. Okay, so we're doing very well now. So where should we look? Well, we should always look. Let's see what number's missing here. 1, do we have a 2 and a 7 are missing in this block. We don't have a 2 or a 7, but we see a 7 here intersecting. So that can't be a 7. So that's got to be the 7, and that has got to be the 2. Shall we count through and see what's missing in these 2 squares now? We don't have a 1, and we don't have a 9. For these 2 squares, it have to be a 1 and a 9. Actually, we don't know. Look, we look down here and we don't see any 1s or 9s, so we actually still don't know. So that's okay. We just forget it and leave it and come back again later. Maybe let's have a look at these 2 missing numbers and see what they are. They are in fact 2 and 3, and again, we don't have any 2s or 3s across here, so we can't tell. But we do know that they are 2 or 3, and that means that we only have 1 number left to get in this column, because we know that these are 2 and 3. So let's count through. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 up here. Any 7s? No. So that's a 7. Okay. We still know these are the 2 or 3. We still can't get them, but we just leave that for now. And in fact, 2 and 3 are also the missing numbers in these 2 squares here, but this time we can get it, look, because now we have a 2 blocking here. This square can't be 2 because of this 2 here, so that's got to be a 3, and that's got to be a 2. 1 number missing in this row now. Let's count through. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Get right to the end. It's 9. Okay, 9 goes in here. Now this 9 will block all the way up here, so this 9 can't be a 9, and this 9 here blocks across here, so we know that that is a 9, and now we only have a last number to get in this row. If you remember, we actually worked it out before. It's a 1. If you've forgotten, you can look again. Now in this column, in this block here, it's easy to get a 1, and in this block here it's easy to get a 1, so it doesn't matter which way you go. Let's do this one first, because we've only got 2 squares missing, 2 numbers missing. 1 clearly blocks this square here, so 1 has got to appear here. Look at this block here though. Let's do this. Well, since we're doing 1, you can see 1 blocking here, 1 blocking down here, so 1's got to go there as well. Now we've got 1 number missing in this block. It's a 3, so we'll put that in now. And 2 numbers are missing along here, this number and this number. They are in fact 2 and 3, but look here, we have an intersecting 3, so 3 can't go here. This has got to be 2, and this has got to be 3. Now if you remember, our missing numbers here and here were 2 and 3. Not sure if you remembered that. You will remember more as you play the game more and more. So the 2 goes there. Now we've got 2 numbers missing here. Oh, we've got, sorry, 1 number missing here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is a 7. Okay, now we have 2 numbers missing here. 1, no 2 yet, but look, I already see an intersecting 2. So 2 can't go here because of this 2. So 2 goes there. The last number is 3. In this block, almost finished now. 1, 2. Can't be a 3 here, so the 3 has to go here. Now we've got 1 more number to get. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's a 9. And when I put it in, I'm going to put it in as a small number like this, because if I actually put it in as a large number, the puzzle will disappear, and you won't be able to see what it is. But because it gives the time, and this particular solver, like I said, I usually play this on paper, but I can't today. So you just have to take my word for it. That is a 9, and if you check through, you'll see that's the last number here. Right, so thank you very much, and please subscribe to the channel and learn more about Sudoku. Come back tomorrow, or check in the list for easy and beginner puzzles, and you'll see lots more. Thank you very much for joining me. Bye bye.